Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Serve the one you love. Once you decide to be a couple, you're there to serve the one you love, to serve your love to your lover. In every kiss and every touch, you feel you're there to please the one you love without expecting anything back. Now, folks, June 6th, 1973. Huge day in the United States of America. Huge day, why? Because our man, Mr. Bud Rolfs, graduated from West Point Academy. It's a beautiful thing. Bud Rolfs, what's going on?
Oh, Tom, I'm very sad up here in Nashua today.
You are? Well, first off, I want
to... it seems a Navy midshipman was almost killed in a tragic horseback riding accident today. He fell from the horse and he was nearly trampled to death, and thank God the manager of the Kmart came out and unplugged it.
You are too much, man. You are too much.
You know, they actually, no, this is serious, though. They actually broke up a secret plot at Annapolis just yesterday, and what had happened was the Navy had gone out and bought 20 septic tanks, and as soon as they got 20 midshipmen trained in how to drive them, they were going to invade West Point.
So I didn't know that the Army didn't like the Navy. Man, I was in the Marines. You better watch out, man. I might have to get my M16 out and give you a little beating here.
Well, you know the difference between a West Pointer and a midshipman, don't you?
No.
Well, I'll have to explain that to you.
Do I still know that joke? I don't know. You're good at jokes, man. Well, here. Well, first off, folks, I wanted to have Bud on today, kicking off the show, because when we're talking 40 years, I mean, you know, it seems like yesterday, Bud, right?
Yes, it does. You know, it's amazing how time slips by on you, and it just seems like yesterday I was in the plains of West Point, and it was 40 years ago, and I tell this story to a lot of people. I told it to some Tigers over the years, but, you know, you could not be married as a cadet at West Point.
Yeah.
And I graduated June 6, 1973, and I married the fabulous Nancy 11 days later on June 17th, 1973, and the only mistake I made in that was I wasted 11 days.
Amazing. I'll tell you, it's such a cool story. It's amazing. And can you tell the story? Tell the story of how you met Nancy. Listen to this, folks. This is really cool.
Well, I'll try to keep this brief, but my father-in-law, God rest his soul, Tony Fermato, he was drafted into World War II, and he volunteered to go to Italy because he spoke good Italian. He was from New York.
Yeah.
And so the Army, being the organization we know it to be, sent him to Panama instead, just so he could never speak Italian.
Okay.
Anyway, they sent him to guard the Panama Canal Zone. Well, when he went down there, they found out he had a deviated septum, which is a damage to your nose from boxing. He was a Golden Gloves boxing champion in New York City back before the war.
Yes.
So anyway, so they sent him in for the operation, and when he was in the hospital, he met this corpsman. They didn't have nurses. They had male corpsmen in those days that took care of you like a nurse. And this corpsman and he were both from New York, and so they started showing each other pictures. Everybody carried pictures in their wallets in those days.
Yeah.
Nobody does that anymore, I don't think. But anyway, they carried pictures in their wallets, and they were sharing pictures. And my father-in-law was in the hospital, and he saw the other guy, the corpsman, showed him a picture of his cousin from Newburgh, New York, and my father-in-law said, "That's the woman I'm going to marry." Just blurted it out. And the guy got offended. He thought he was being a wise guy, and but then he explained to him. And he said, "No, I don't know why I said that, but it just came over me, that feeling." Well, they did get married. Okay, they met in the hospital, and they did get married. And turns out about 26, 27 years later, after that, I was up at West Point, and sure enough, my sweetheart I met in the hospital, and it was love at first sight. And I'm telling you, Tom, she really fell for me.
You are too much. That's an amazing story, though, man. It really is. It's
I've never heard of anybody that fell in love at first sight with a picture. Have you? I mean,
No, I'm with you. That's pretty intense, man. There's no doubt about it. Well, listen, man. I wanted to get you on, congratulate you. 40 years, man. That's really cool. And then, what's so cool, folks, now your son went to West Point, too, right?
He did, and one of the greatest thrills of my life, and this is just it turned out coincidentally.
Yeah.
When I went back for my 25th year reunion, my son passed in review as a senior at West Point.
Really?
And I'm telling you, there wasn't a dry eye in the house that day. I just couldn't believe that I was standing on that plane after 25 years of getting out of that place, and my son had gotten in, and he was marching as a first-classman, as a senior, ready to graduate 25 years later.
Amazing. Now, listen, folks, hey, listen, man, it's a beautiful thing. Congratulations. Tell Nancy we love her. Tell all the kids, of course. Now, how many grandkids do you have now?
7, and we call them the Magnificent 7, and 3 of them, folks, are triplets.
Oh, man, that is so good. Well, listen, Bud, man, you have a great one, safe one, and, of course, we look forward. Bud's doing a great workshop, folks. It's Trading Tactics in a Bull Market. It's going to be June 13th, 6:30 to 8 o'clock at night. With that workshop, folks, don't forget, you get an executive summary that's coming in, you get the workshop, you get the slides, and then you also get 6 months of Bud with his Doppler radar, making sure that you know what's going on in the marketplace. You can check it out right in the front page of TFNN. And if you did the first workshop, you get a $100 discount, folks. So the whole 6 months with the executive summary, with the workshop, is only $279. If you went to the first one, it's only $179. So check it out, the front page of TFNN. Again, Bud, as Aziz says in the den, bottom line, a bit of history, and it's a great bit of history, and what makes the USA, folks. There's no two ways about it. People wonder why I'm into King Dollar and Go Long USA. Well, let me tell you something. It's all about Bud Rolfs and people like Bud Rolfs and his family. Bud, you have a great one, a safe one, man. We appreciate being with you and being around you.
God bless the Bruins and
the Bruins! Oh, baby, that's right. I like that. Totally.
Semper Fi, Tom.
Semper Fi, man. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here, folks. We had the Dow up to 80, NASDAQ up 22, S&P's up 14, gold contract up $13.60, trading at $1,412 an ounce. Silver up 12 cents at $22.60. Platinum up $15 at $1,528 an ounce. Copper down 4 pennies at $3.32 a pound. Light sweet crude up 90 cents at $94.64 a barrel. Bonds up 15 ticks at 141.04. King Dollar down a full point at 81.55. The euro up 151, trading at 132.22. And the yen, folks, check it out, was down over 2 pennies, down 1.94. You get ready for the Nikkei tonight, folks. The Nikkei is going to crash big time. And let me tell you something. It's going to be buy the crash on the Nikkei. 877-927-6648. Let's go take a look at that cash S&P first. What do we have? You get down to a price point of 1608. Rejects it, but guess what, folks? You get higher volume. You're going to be right back down that level. Now, Dow Industrials, same setup with the Dow Industrials. What you have with the Dow is this. Volatility's in, no two ways about it. Dow gets down to a price point of 14,960. That 14,960, same deal. Rejected a lower price, has higher volume. NASDAQ Composite. What you have with the composite does the exact same thing. The composite, folks, came back and filled in the gap. The composite got down to a price point of 33.78 and actually didn't fill it yet. The NDX 100 did. She'll be back down there. If you go take a look at we'll look at the SPY, the SPY. What you see with the SPY is this. SPY did 186 million shares. Now, check this out. This is where it's going to get really intense, because what we're going to have on a weekly is a monster weekly down draft. We are at 162.73. If we take a look at the 3 Qs, what you have inside the 3 Qs, you're talking about an expansion of volume. We got to 71.47 with 60 million shares, and that actually filled the gap, I believe. 71.43 was the top of the gap. We got to 71.47. Bottom line, you're going to see it right back down there. What is going to be, to me, what's going to be the real heavy deal tonight, folks, let me tell you something, is going to be the Nikkei. The yen blew apart today. The Nikkei is set up right now to jump the creek, and the buy on the Nikkei is like 11,500. But we could get we could get that tonight, and that'd be down 1,400 points. It's a big number. You stay right there, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. We ended our finish up 80, NASDAQ up 22, S&P's up 15, and we're gonna be right back. Stay right there.